Hello, my lovelies. This is going to be our weekly live. I apologize for the delay. Today has been kind of a headache. So we're going to get started. We're going to start with the poll that I put up last week. So I was off for 2 weeks. I took some time off from recording, just some downtime needed. Got a lot of things going on. It's summertime and just trying to kind of get back in some sort of routine. So today's the first official day back. I posted some readings earlier last week. I came back a few days earlier than I had anticipated. The lives are going to be done on kind of different days going forward. I've got a lot of different doctor's appointments and things coming up. And some things that I'm dealing with health issues. So they're not going to be consistent as far as the day going forward for the next little bit. But I'm going to try and at least post on the community page what day I think I'm going to try and go live if I know like the day before. So we went today just because it's Monday. So welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, hi, I'm Damsel. And this is something that I like to do once a week. Sometimes I don't get a chance to do it once a week, but I try and go live as often as possible to interact with you guys. So normally if I'm hosting a live that says like Q&A or free readings, then I'll take questions and answers during a live and I'll do free readings. Today we're going to go ahead and do our weekly reads for all 12 zodiacs individually, and then we're going to do some questions and answers sort of stuff about like what's going on with our money going forward this summer. So the poll that was up had to do with what are you working on? What goals are you trying to achieve this summer? Are you trying to achieve financial goals, love goals, spiritual goals? What are your goals? So the top two were money and your spiritual goals. So those are what we're going to focus the live on for the first portion. And then when we get through that portion, we're going to move to the weekly messages. So I had somebody ask me why I go live so late. Well, part of that is I'm not a morning person. I'm very much a night owl. And so I'm typically not real functional early in the morning. Sometimes you'll see me on early in the morning. Those are usually pre-recorded. So those aren't something that I'm up early doing those. The other reason is that I have a lot of health issues. One of those is fibromyalgia. And so it's very difficult with the brain fog in the morning to really kind of channel and to work through that. So I go on later when I'm more functional. I'm a night owl. It just is what it is. So hopefully that works out for people to watch. All right. So we're going to start with the money section. So we're going to see kind of what's going on with finances. And obviously everybody's kind of struggling with money. So let's see if there's some improvements coming for the collective this summer. We're in July. So let's see, on the 17th, we have a new moon. I believe it's in the sign of Cancer. And then we have the north and the south nodes are kind of flipping. So I can't remember what they're currently in, but it's turning to Aries and Libra. So Aries and Libra are probably going to feel these shifts the most, but depending on where your placements are, you're actually going to feel it as well for the most part. So some of you can already be feeling the shifts and the changes. So the first question I have for us is your financial challenges. We have two cards that came out for that. One would be that you might need to kind of work with authority figures. Taurus is, and the energy of the Hierophant is Taurus. So it's very stubborn, kind of calculated, slow moving, not quick to rush into things. And so it might be frustrating that you might have to be dealing with structure or authority figures or things that maybe are a little bit out of your comfort zone or even out of your control. So that might be an issue. And then it's like you're looking for your happiness. Your goals aren't quite met yet. So if you have met your financial goals, fantastic. Keep doing what you're doing. If you haven't, this is an indication that you're working towards your abundance. You're working towards stability. You're working towards fulfillment. And that you might even have marriage as a goal. So it's ironic that the Hierophant and the Ten of Cups both came out together because this would symbolize that marriage might be how you measure success. So part of that also tells me that money might be an obstacle to get you to your forever person or to get you to marriage, like to get you to the altar. So I feel like if that's your financial challenge is money, then let's see what our strengths actually are. So if stability is the obstacle, then let's see what it is that we have for strength. All right. So Hermit. So this is Virgo energy. So we have water, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, Taurus energy with the Hierophant, and Virgo energy with the Hermit. So this is telling us that we really might need to do some inner work, some reflection, kind of see what it is that we can refine, what it is that we can work on ourselves, and what may need some more work. What's working, kind of take some inventory and see, are there things that maybe you're spending too much? Are you over shopping? Are you not budgeting? What is it that's kind of the obstacle that's holding your blessings up from being able to come in? Are you self-sabotaging? Do you maybe spend more than you make? Is it something that's in your control, or is it something that's not in your control? And kind of figure those things out and see where you can make adjustments. So where will we find the abundance? All right. So part of that looks like we're going to have to take charge, and we're also going to have to maybe follow our passions. So I really feel like this could be something where it comes in quickly. It might be an abrupt change, but we need to make sure that we're not getting carried away with things, especially where money is related, and that we need to make wise decisions. So this can be flighty energy. So we want to be careful that we're not jumping into something or biting off more than we can chew financially that's going to hurt us. So if we're planning for the long game, if we're planning on marriage and, things like that in our future where we need stability, then we don't want to make shortcuts. We don't want to make quick, rash decisions. We want to make sure we're making logical decisions that are going to help benefit us going forward in the long run. All right, so let's see what the current career energy is for the collective, the world. We love that. Okay, so this might be networking. This could be using things like the internet to kind of run your business. A lot of businesses are run through the internet at this point in time. This might be how you hear of a job opportunity. This might include travel. This could also be that you're closing out old cycles. Maybe you're finally finding a job that really is what you're looking for, and so you're leaving the obstacles behind, and maybe you're leaving one to go to a better circumstance. I do feel like travel could be something that's either wanted or something that's needed for a new job for whoever this is finding. And I also think that this is something where it's a new opportunity to start fresh. So I do think that this is a divinely guided move if you're changing jobs, or if you're thinking of maybe relocating or traveling for work, that this is also something that maybe you get to follow your passions. Maybe that's been something that you've wanted to do. They're giving me two scenarios, so I'm just going to list them off. One would be where you would like travel and like review things, review food and things like that. And I can't remember, like a food critic, I think is what that's called. So that could be something that maybe you've thought about, or something where you get to like travel and document it and you get paid to do so, but something where it involves your pleasures or your passions, things that you really enjoy. So I think that that might be something to look into if that's something that you've thought about before. But I feel like you're kind of stuck in the middle right now in hermit mode of not knowing what to do going forward. So let's see what the obstacle is. All right, so making sure that you're seeing things clearly, that we're not under some sort of illusion, especially about our finances, that we aren't wearing rose-colored glasses, that if things are really dire, that we make some serious choices of what needs to happen going forward, and that we plan accordingly. And I know that's not fun, that's not exciting, but the reality is that if we don't set ourselves up to succeed, we can set ourselves up to fail. So we want to make sure that we're making good decisions about finances going forward. I'm a penny pincher. I always have been. I grew up very poor, never have really had much in life, had to work very, very hard for every little thing that I ever had. So I don't take that lightly. And if I did come into a large sum of money, part of me would want to just sit on it, like a nest egg, and not really spend it. But another part of me knows that it would be really fun to get to live life again, because money is definitely an obstacle for a lot of us. So you almost have to think, what does that look like if you came into money? And you want to make sure that you're seeing things clearly. So make sure that you're not under some sort of illusion. Like I was saying earlier, the new moon is going to be in the sign of Cancer, and the moon is Pisces and Cancer energy. So I do think that with the new moon on the 17th, a lot of these things are going to start to shift and change. And I think that's when we really start to see the momentum shifting, especially financially. All right. So how do we reach this goal? All right. Shifting our perspective. That's going to be huge. That's going to be the biggest obstacle. So, seeing the glass as half full. And if it's completely empty, remember that it's refillable. So, we want to make sure that we're putting our best foot forward, especially where finances are concerned. And if you're saving for like a big vacation or a wedding or something to that extent, maybe you want to buy your first home, buy a car, that we really have to realize what we need to do to get to that goal. So if you can start saving a little bit here and there until things actually get more beneficial, that you have a lump sum that you can go put down for a down payment, those are beneficial things to do. But shifting your perspective is really going to be important for seeing the goal through to the completion. So who is it that can help me in this situation? Could be a Capricorn. So the devil is making sure that we're overcoming toxicity. So anything that's like codependency, addictions, things that leave you feeling like you're stuck, trapped, or bound. And I feel like you're kind of stuck in hermit mode right now. And so this is important that we really shift our perspective and realize that we are the only ones who can set ourselves free from anywhere that we feel stuck. So making wise decisions is going to help us to kind of unlock the ways to go forward. It really looks like by stepping out of your comfort zone and trying something that maybe you normally wouldn't have tried or would have been too afraid to try, and following your passions, that you're going to unlock something that's actually beneficial, and it helps you to get out of the hermit mode. All right, so let's see. So best step to take in the month ahead, following your passions, really kind of finding your confidence, finding your courage, and really realizing that no matter what kind of attention you're drawing to yourself, that you're getting noticed in the next month. So whether you're getting noticed for your achievements, your goals, maybe some sort of status change or improvement, that people are paying attention and people are starting to take notice. So you want that to be a good first impression. So if it's like potential for maybe a new employer, you want to make sure that you look the part, right? And if you have to fake it till you make it to get there, sometimes you got to do that. But I really feel like following your passions and finding your courage and your confidence is going to help you to see past any sort of illusion and to really get you to this new world of opportunities. So all in all, I think that marriage is possible going forward, but finances could definitely be hindering that. I think there could be some toxic cycles that need to be broken, and it could be things in excess like overspending, but there's new opportunities that are coming through. And so we have got to make sure that they're the right opportunities for us. The only way to actually make sure of that is to investigate them further, but we have to be confident and make sure that we see things at face value. So that's what I have for our financial portion of the reading. We're going to see what we have for the spiritual portion next. So let's see what we have going on for our material state. What's happening for our physical material state, the tangible, what we can see, feel, all of that. Hermit mode again. So I feel like we're kind of closed off right now. I feel like we could have kind of gone within our shell. And the hermit always makes me think of a hermit crab. And so just kind of like retreating right now and maybe working on us, working on the things we can control, the things that really do need to change. And sometimes those really start from within. So we want to make sure that we are doing those things. And shadow work is definitely something that's important. I will be posting shadow work this week, so you guys can work on that as well. So your material state right now is that we're in retreat mode. So that could be good or that could be bad. So it really depends on the situation. So the emotional state, Page of Pentagrams. So this is good because this is really contemplating starting something new. This is entrepreneur energy. This could be starting a new job, traveling to greener pastures, relocating, just really changing things up. And if things have been really stuck and stagnant and very boring and just kind of the status quo, you might need to kind of put a little bit of energy in there to shake things up or to try something new, step out of your comfort zone, try a new job prospect, maybe strike while the iron's hot if you've got a great idea that you think will pan out. You never know unless you try. So sometimes you really just need to try. All right, our spiritual state. So willing to do the hard work. And I feel like if you're willing to do the hard work for your spiritual self to kind of gain some enlightenment or to kind of let go of some things that maybe are toxic or holding you back, that you will see things in a different light. You're kind of forced to when you go into hermit mode like that, because there's not a lot of room to just stay stuck. You've really got to dig deep. You've got to look at, why are we stuck? Why aren't things changing? What can I myself do? What can I focus on that will help facilitate some changes going forward? And sometimes that's very painful. Sometimes it can be a very ugly thing to face our fears. But when we do that, when we step out of our comfort zone, we really open up the opportunity for things to grow and transform into a beautiful state. All right. So what is your role in this? What is your role? All right. So holding on to things from the past. So this isn't great. So we want to work on releasing things from the past. While it's fine to reminisce, it's fine to, relive certain memories, especially positive ones. We want to let go of the negative. We want to let go of anything that we don't want to take with us forward into the future. So if you're holding on to things like heartache or pain, regrets, things like that, we've got to let go of those. If it can't be undone, which most of the time it cannot be, you can't relive the past, you can't redo the past. So we have to release the past, but feeling very nostalgic. So that might be your role right now, is you might be just kind of thinking about the way things used to be. So we've got to learn that we've got to learn from the past and make some new memories to go forward. What are other people's roles? All right. So you might be burnout and exhausted. You might be a people pleaser. You might be physically just really run down. You might have a lot on your plate. So you may need to delegate, or you may need to take some time out to actually rest. This card is always an indication that you could be struggling with things like fatigue, burnout, and those are very real things. And so if we constantly deplete ourselves, we're never recharged. So we can't really give to anybody else because we're going from a deficit to begin with. So it's important, it's actually crucial that we take the time out for ourselves to rest, to recover, to rejuvenate, and to really replenish, because without that, we're unable to give to anybody else. So spiritually speaking, you might be really drained or depleted. So connecting with source regularly is huge, whether you're a spiritual person, a religious person, whether you don't believe in any of that, that's cool. Whatever works for you. I myself believe in a higher power, and I'm not religious. I'm very spiritual. But I also believe that we need that to be filled up. So in order for us to give to others, we need our cup full. So self-love, self-care, those are things that you can also do. Practicing good sleeping habits, good eating habits, getting fresh air, getting sunlight, all of those put into our positive banks of energy, and then we are less depleted. So I definitely think the collective needs some time to rest and recover. Summer should be a time for rest, recover, relaxation. A lot of times it's not. It's very busy. A lot of people travel, things like that. So it can be something that really depletes you as well. So it's like you need a vacation from your vacation, could also be something. All right, let's see. What is our relationship with others spiritually? What do we need to know? The sun. So I feel like you could be somebody who makes other people very happy. You could be a shining light in the world for other people. And that could be why you really do need to make sure you're rested and recovered, because without that, I feel like you can't be at your best self. So that's part of why I took 2 weeks off, was I was depleted. I was exhausted. So just needing to take that time out to be able to kind of rest and recover. You may also need that. But this is also a card of marriage, and it indicates a lot of happiness. It's Leo energy. And we are soon going into Leo season. That's next after Cancer. So here in the next couple of weeks, we'll be transitioning into Leo season. And this is a card full of like new beginnings and prosperity and happiness, and just really starting fresh. It's like the new beginning. So really some good things could be coming in for us spiritually as well. All right. So now we're going to see what we have for all of the zodiac signs for the week ahead. I decided I was going to throw in some of the new little oracles this week. So let's see what we have going on for Aries. I'm going to go by elements so I don't miss anybody. So we'll do fire, water, air, and earth. So what do we have going on for Aries for the week? Wow. All right. So get your quick fix, addicted to inner peace. So definitely need to find your peace this week. And like I said, there's the energetic change, the shifting of the poles, and part of that is Aries and Libra energy that's changing. So you could feel a little frustrated. You could definitely be feeling a little agitated with these changes that are happening. Know that it will pass, but these next changes are going to be affecting us for the next 18 months. So it's going to last a while. So you got to get kind of comfortable with the energy. What else do we need to know for Aries? You are stronger than you think and smarter than you look. So find your peace. Know that you're very smart, you're intelligent, and you need to start acting like it. All right, let's see what kind of spiritual messages we have from the Ascended Masters for Aries. Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close, so surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. So if you really feel like you need a miracle in your life, you need to ask for it. And then you need to surrender and know that the angels have heard you and that they are coming in to help you, but they come when you ask. All right. Thank you, angels. What messages do we need for Aries? Listen deeply. So I feel like somebody's trying to communicate with you. This could be someone on the other side. This could also be your spirit team that's trying to get you to listen. It could be source that's trying to get you to pay attention to something. So don't ignore that, especially if your intuition is kind of, is a little bit off right now, or if you feel like it's a little bit off, then you really want to try and focus. And part of that is finding some peace in your life will definitely help open up that energy. All right, let's see what we have. 7 cards for Aries. Let's see what we have going on. All right, 1, 2. All right, Aries, you start with the sun. Some more Leo energy. Could be dealing with a Leo. This is really telling us that you have the chance to make a fresh start or a new beginning, and this is the happiest card in the deck. So I feel like by finding your peace, you find your happiness. All right, we have the 8 of Wands. So some sort of communication is coming in. It could also be communication of marriage or union. It's something that I feel like is going to help bring you some peace, and you really do want to listen to whatever this message is. There could be some internal or external conflict going on. And like I was saying, these shifts might be stirring the pot for you. Know that this will pass, but sometimes you have to see why it's causing the frustration or what can be done to alleviate it. There's definitely some sort of heavy burden this week that you really do want to let go of, that it's something that you've carried a while. So you need to learn how to let go of it and also shift your perspective. That if you're seeing things as negative all the time, that's not the way things need to be, that you need to shift your perspective, and that you're trying to find some sort of balance in your financial sector. So curb any unnecessary spending. Know that there's more money coming, but it may take a little while before things level out. And somebody could have a crush on you. There might be some sort of expression. Somebody might have some feelings that they're trying to express. Somebody might be communicating that they want to go out on a date, but somebody's trying to offer you their cup of love. It could be a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. They could be a little bit younger than you as well, or they could just be a little bit shy and awkward. Take it however it resonates. All right, let's see. What do we have going on for Sagittarius? I'm going to pull the top card from each of these. It'll make it quicker for us going forward. All right, Sagittarius, we have find your new normal. Take off the shit-colored glasses. So make sure you're seeing things for what they truly are. Don't get disillusioned by things. Don't wear rose-colored glasses. See things for the facts of what they actually are. You are in charge. You have the power to change anything in your life. So if you don't like it, change it. It's definitely something you have the power to control. All right, from the Ascended Masters, we have hope, love, and acceptance. Remember that love is yours. Recognize your divine worth and choose loving thoughts. So part of that is giving those to yourself, and you may need to kind of surrender some things and allow things to kind of come in for you. Part of that is doubting your worth. And so it's really kind of important that you don't do that, that you realize that you are valuable and that you are needed. And you have a guardian angel that's always with you, and they stand close to protect you. So if you don't feel that, ask them to show you signs that they are around. All right, let's see. What do we have for Sagittarius? We're going to do 7 cards for Sag. All right. So I love this because this is Sagittarius energy with the Queen of Wands. So you're a master manifester, meaning that you can literally create the life that you want. So this is telling us that we have to not only face our fears, we have to find our confidence, and we have to be willing to face challenges head on and find new solutions. Sometimes that's manifesting the right thing or people or situations into our life. But but you're commanding a lot of attention. So make sure that it's positive at this time because all eyes will be on you. The Five of Cups, it's about shifting our perspective. Remember, if you don't like it, you can change it. You have the power to do so, but you have to be willing to see things for what they are. So take off the rose-colored glasses, see past any sort of illusions, and definitely look at things for what they are. And part of that is facing your fears. Know that you're strong enough to do so. There's lots of work that's required. So this might be some sort of new idea coming in. This could be having to put a lot of time and energy into whatever you do to earn a living, but this is hard work will pay off, but the hard work is going to be needed. So be willing to do the hard work. All right. There could be somebody new coming into your life. He's who I refer to as the ideal father figure. He's loving, nurturing, wears his heart on his sleeve. So this could be somebody who's coming in to make you some sort of offer. I feel like you're kind of not wanting this, or this is somebody that maybe you're unsure of, but I do feel like this person means business, and I do think that they want commitment. We end with the Hierophant and the Ten of Cups. So this is like your happily ever after. And I think that if you shift your perspective and make sure that you see things for what they are, you'll see that it's a legitimate offer that this person actually wants to promise you forever. So interesting energy for you. Let's see what else we have going on. All right. So Leos, let's see what we have going on for Leos. Raise the vibe one breath at a time. Keep calm and fucking breathe. So you might need some deep breathing this week. That might be really important. And never settle. Don't just survive, live. So you don't want to just be in survival mode. You want to actually enjoy life again. So that's going to be important. All right. We have Bridget. Inner strength, move back to wholeness and recognize that you have the power. So you also have power in order to change things in your life that aren't working for you. It's also something that I think you need to really dig deep and realize, where is your passion? This card, she's literally almost holding like flames in her hand. So I think you need to dig deep and find your passion, your creativity, your spark. What is it that really kind of lights you up inside? What is it that you don't like out of life that you want to change and go after what you want? Romance and connection. It could be something that stirs your passions. It could be a person that stirs your passions, but there could be some sort of new romantic connection that's coming in. And this is divinely guided. It's coming from the angels. And they're telling you that whoever this person is, you may have a lot of passion for them. All right, let's get 7 cards for Leo. 1, 2. All right. So we need to balance our finances. That's definitely a theme going on. This is something where I feel like there's more money coming in, but it's like it's not there yet. So we need to pinch pennies where we need to and kind of curb excess spending, but we need to come up with some way to balance things out. Know that more money is on the way. Could also be a wish fulfillment for some of you. This might be something you've had to wait for a long time, but it always happens in divine timing. It's Aquarius energy with the star. And this is telling you not to lose hope that things can change for the better. So you might need some deep breaths to get over any sort of humps or obstacles in the road, but you will eventually get there. There could be a lot of conflict arising for the collective over the next 18 months, especially with these things changing. So know that the things can be leveled out, but it may take some real work in order to kind of let the ego die, and so that you can go forward into something that's more calm. So keep calm and breathe. You're going to need to remember that. All right, we have a lot of emotional fulfillment coming in. I feel like that's because you're going to start to follow your passions, and that you've had to wait a very long time for this wish fulfillment or for these things to change, especially romantically, and that things are starting to turn around. There's also a judgment call being made. So this could be through courts, contracts, legal issues, or the divine is passing karma and judgment. So know that whether you're on the good side or the bad side of receiving karma, that this is the ultimate decision that's going to be passed, and that it may be out of your hands. We also have the need to follow our passions. There's a spark of creativity coming in. This is telling us that we need to engage in the things that light us up, the things that make us feel like we're on fire. Hopefully not literally, but definitely something that makes us feel alive again. So whether that's a romantic connection, a spark of creativity to maybe start your own business or do some sort of artistic venture, that this is indicated that this is needed in your life. So follow your passions. All right, let's see. Fire signs are done. We're going to do water signs next. right, we're going to start with Cancer. What do we have for Cancer? Tell that little douchebag voice to pipe down and silence your inner critic. So this is telling us to really silence our ego, the voice that's always negative, the voice that tells us we're not good enough, that we won't ever achieve the things that we want. That's your ego talking. And that's something that we need to learn to kind of tell it to be quiet, tell it to back down, because we are deserving, that we do matter, and that we are able to achieve the things that we want. So we have to tell our ego to shut up. You will do what queens do, and you will rise, or you will rule. Be the leader that you wish you had. So if you felt like you didn't have leaders that were strong in your life, that means you're supposed to lead. So sometimes you have to lead yourself. All right, Freya, phases and cycles. There's a beginning within every ending, and illusions are being revealed and released. So it's ironic that we're reading for Cancer and we get one with the moon in it, because the moon is typically seen as, the moon is typically ruled by the sign of Cancer. Cancer's ruled by the moon, however you want to say that. So this is telling us that under the new moon, which goes into Cancer, that there might be some cycles that are changing. And we have a lot of dramatic things that are going to start unfolding in the next 18 months. So things are really shifting. Things are really starting to transform. And that sometimes change can be scary, but we need to embrace the change because it's going to lead us to where we're supposed to be. So if you feel like old cycles are coming up, that's giving you reason to reevaluate them and to see what needs to change, what you can release, what you can let go of, or cycles will begin to repeat until you have mastered the lesson. All right, manifestation. So something could be coming in for you that maybe you've manifested, maybe you gave up hope, maybe you forgot about it, but the angels are telling you that this manifestation is starting to come in. All right, let's see what else we have going on for you. Cancer. What do we need to know for Cancer? All right. So you've definitely been waiting a while for something, whether this is your manifestation or just something in your life to change. The wait is almost over. I feel like there could be a lot of stability coming to you, especially in love. So this is a solid, stable relationship. It's usually seen as a celebration of marriage. So it could be anniversaries, could be celebrating someone else's union, but this is typically seen as marriage. So I do feel like you need to keep hope alive that it's possible. All right, so we have somebody coming in with a love offer. This person might be a little bit immature, or this could be somebody that really could like just make you super happy in life. Could be like a child in your life that really makes you super happy and excited. All right, Knight of Wands. So we need to listen to our intuition. There's something trying to change and it's coming in quickly. So I think the biggest thing is that you need to not doubt yourself and realize that things are changing for the better. So let go of what isn't working and try and embrace the change. And sometimes that can be difficult. But this is something where you also want to follow your passions and trust your intuition to where it's leading you. You're also going to need to have some tough love and start to cut out some things that don't work, whether that's having strong boundaries, whether that's eliminating certain relationships, certain people in your life. This is something that you're going to have that boundary, and you can't let people cross it and walk all over you. So you're going to have to stand your ground and use your logic and intuition. I feel like you also need to nurture yourself, and that this is something where maybe you give to everybody else, but you don't give to yourself. So make that a priority this week, that you're nurturing the things you want to grow. And I also think some sort of news is coming, and it could be about a passionate new encounter. This is very flighty energy, so it might happen very quick. It might also fizzle out very quick. So if that's not what you're looking for, be cautious with that energy. Could also be that a couple of people are a little bit immature in love in your life. And so that might be an obstacle for you to overcome, because I feel like you're really looking for stability in your love life. You want something that's going to grow and something that's going to last. So make wise decisions and be careful. All right, let's see. What do we have for Pisces? All right, Pisces, with a license to chill, highly meditated. So I think meditation is going to be big for you this week. I think it's something that you can spend as little as like 5 minutes a day, just finding some peace, some quiet to just reset, and just let things go, kind of get yourself together for the day, sit in the sunshine for a few minutes, walk barefoot in the ground, and it helps to release a lot of that crazy energy that's running through the planet right now. So it helps to alleviate a lot of stress. I stand tall and carry a big stick. You know, if all else fails, sometimes you just need to whack somebody sometimes. I'm kidding. Don't do that. But sometimes you feel like it, right? Like all the frustration builds and you just feel like it's boiling to the surface. So be careful with that energy. That's why you're going to need to meditate this week. The energy is going to be very erratic for the next 18 months. So we're going to have to embrace that and kind of let things be, or kind of figure out a way to deal with them in a more refined, a better way of dealing with stuff. All right, devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. So I feel like if you're really on a spiritual path, like some of us have been for several years at this point, know that the divine sees that. They see your commitment to trying to help others, trying to better yourself, trying to change things that don't work in your life, and that you need to trust the spiritual guidance. So where do you feel called to be? Do you feel like you're meant to help others? Do you feel like you're on the right track for where you want to be? Or do you feel like it needs work? That's kind of the energy that's coming to the surface over the next little bit. All right, power and intention. So remember that if they're manifesting or things like that, there's a lot of intention that needs to be set first, and there's power behind that. So positive or negative. And you need to be careful of your thoughts, that you want to keep those positive as well, that you don't want to have a lot of negative thoughts, because it's not going to help your situation improve. So set your intentions and stay positive about the outcome. Remember that we are on a journey and it's not about the destination, because we're all going to get to where we need to be. All right. Let's see, what do we have for Pisces for the week? All right, so Pisces, we start with the Empress. So this is the divine feminine. She symbolizes things like pregnancy, motherhood, fertility, nurturing, caring, and empathetic energy. So I would say you embody that most of the time, that you might be the matriarch of your family as well. There might also be some conflicts arising for you. Shocking, right? That's going to be the theme for the next 18 months, is all these things bubbling to the surface so that we can address them and hopefully resolve them so that we go forward into something better when it ends. This could be an internal conflict. It could be an external conflict, clashing egos, battle of wills, things like that, that we're trying to really stay grounded, meditate, and kind of let go of that energy. All right, could be a balancing act. You could be juggling a lot of things, responsibilities, obstacles, finances. Remember, eventually we have to let go of something, because we aren't going to be able to sustain this going forward. You can't always be juggling things. You can't be spread thin all the time. Ask for help if you have. If you need reinforcement somewhere, ask for help. Delegate duties if at all possible. But you have to find some balance, because you're going to exhaust yourself always trying to spread yourself so thin. There's also the chance for you to take a leap of faith. This is Aries energy with the Fool. This is really telling us that we have to kind of step out of our comfort zone, that we're going to need to maybe look in a new direction, try new things, and be willing to try something new that we haven't done before. There's also going to be some sort of creative breakthrough or some sort of aha moment, some sort of clarity coming. And I feel like that's what helps us see things in a new light and realize how we can actually change things for the better, or what needs to change going forward. All right. So somebody doesn't want things to change. They like the status quo, but their guard is also super high. So that could be a conflict that may arise. Maybe one person wants things to change and the other person is not ready for that to happen. So that could create some conflict as well. Could also be dealing with the court contracts, legal issues, but needing to find the balance. And so this is restoring balance. It could be some sort of court decision coming through, could be dealing with a Libra, but this is telling you that justice comes to help restore the balance. So I feel like whatever you've been juggling, there's some sort of breakthrough coming and some sort of opportunity for you to try new things. And that might scare you a little bit if you're unused to change. I'm a Pisces, and so change doesn't really scare me, but I like it to be my idea if it's going to change. So it could definitely be that there's some balance that's needed, especially financial balance. And so this may be something that helps to kind of alleviate the struggle that you've been dealing with. But regardless, there's definitely some sort of clarity or breakthrough that's coming for you. All right, let's see. What do we have for Scorpio this week? Scorpio, let sit happen to you. Sit happens. So this is telling you again, it's time to meditate and ground. Definitely get your energy right. She believed she could, so she worked her ass off, and she did. Boss babe vibes. So I think hard work is going to help you be very successful this week, but you've got to be willing to do it. Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, and release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. So this is really telling you that it's important that you speak up to be heard, but that you do it honorably, that you speak from a place of truth, that there aren't any sort of embellishments, that there aren't any sort of lies or deception, and that to truly be heard, you need to speak from a place of clarity and truth. So that's really important. And expect miracles. So some good stuff is coming in for you. I feel like your hard work's really going to pay off and that you may get some sort of miracle. Remember that miracles can happen every day, but you need to believe that they're real to see them. All right. What do we have going on for Scorpios? Scorpios. Not enough desk for all these cards. All right, Scorpio. So we have the need for rest and recovery. We're very exhausted, very burnt out. Maybe you need to kind of sit back this week and really rest and recover. Maybe you're burning the candle at both ends. Maybe you're burnt out. Maybe you're taking on too much. So hit the pause button and try and rest. You're definitely juggling some things as well. So we need to let go of something to create some balance in our life. And we also need to work towards our stability. So slow and steady wins the race. Keep plugging away towards your financial goals in order to actually get there. And get there you will. There is a lot of wealth and abundance coming in for you. I feel like this could be building an empire. This could be something that takes a while, but it will be worth it. So definitely keep going. All right. So being driven, ambitious, and outspoken sounds like a Scorpio. So we want to make sure that we're following our dreams and our goals, our ambitions, but we don't want to take any shortcuts. We need to make sure that things are on the level playing field and that we are actually being practical about things. You're also needing to shift your perspective on something, that things have been very stuck and stagnant. So maybe go back to the drawing board and see if there's anything that needs tweaking or balancing in order to shift your perspective on how to get there. But don't overthink it. Come up with a logical plan and then put it into action. Definitely don't waste time on just being at the drawing board. Come up with a solution. You are smart enough to do so. All right, let's see. Water signs are done. We're going to do air signs. I know you're hot, huh? My dog's in here panting. Our air conditioner's broken, so it's not real fun in the house right now. It's pretty hot. Okay, so Gemini, we have because I'm done listening, talk to the Hamsa. So I feel like there could definitely be a disconnect in communication for you this week. And it's something that you may not want to communicate, or there's a lack of communication or issues communicating. So however that resonates for you, you may need some distance in order to actually kind of reevaluate things. Make waves, mermaids, sirens, beautiful but deadly. So you may need to just kind of cut your losses and swim away, for lack of a better way of putting it, but getting away from the things that don't work. So if it's toxic situations and you're done with it, you're listening, you're done talking, then move away from the situation and gain some clarity away from it. There's definitely a period of transformation. So this is important. If things aren't working, then they need to transform. They need to change. So this might be something that you're struggling with to change, but the transformation is coming regardless of whether you're ready for it. Lady Portia, divine order. Do what you feel is right because an important lesson is unfolding. So the biggest thing is you need to take the lesson and grow from it. So whatever the lesson is, figure out what it's trying to teach you and learn from that so that you don't keep repeating the same lessons over and over again. All right, what do we have for Geminis? Gemini, what do we need to know? All right. So you have definitely been overthinking things. I feel like whatever this situation is where the communication issue is what we've been overthinking. And so it's important that we either take some time away from it to process it, or that we figure out a solution to end it if there's really a certain conflict that has to. I feel like you're going need to nurture yourself. Maybe you've given to other people too much, and now you need to give some of that back to yourself. So make sure that you do that. And rest and recovery is indicated for you as well. So everybody's really exhausted. Everybody's burnout. There's been a lot of planetary things happening. There's been a lot of solar flares. There's been a lot of the Schumann resonance has been really high. So everybody's feeling really depleted. So listen to your body and take care of it. You only get one. All right, so needing to find the balance, again, could be dealing with courts, contracts, legal issues, a Libra, the justice system, but needing to find something and put it back into balance. And part of that is letting go of the past, that we can't always hold on to things from the past. It's fine to reminisce, it's fine to have memories, but that we can't live there. So we have to make some new memories. And so that requires change. You have the Tower and transformation, telling me that it's going to be big, could be dramatic, could even be painful, but it's something that's necessary in order to go forward. And then we have the King of Pentacles. So I feel like the change needs to happen to affect your money in a positive way. That this is something that maybe it's a goal you've been working towards. If it's not, it might not be on your radar yet, but it's something that needs to change. Whether it's a job that isn't working, how you spend your money, how you're going about building a business, whatever isn't working, take stock, take note, and try and make a plan of action to change what doesn't work so things actually improve. It looks like you're trying to build an empire, so the changes are needed in order to actually be successful. All right, let's see. Who was that? That was Gemini's. Let's do Libra. All right, so Libra, to chill, try an ice cube. To become more fluid, add wine. I don't know why I can't read these so well. So basically, you need to go with the flow, that you need to be more fluid. Maybe you need a glass of wine to relax. You create your own reality. Thoughts become things. Stay positive and create the life that you want. So remember, if we're always stuck in negative energy, that's what we are attracting. So vulnerability brings freedom. Does vulnerability scare you? If being your true authentic self with people scares you, that might mean they're not your people, or you need to learn to let your guard down. Being your true authentic self can be very challenging. It can be very hard. But when you learn to trust in yourself and you learn to listen to yourself, that you are enough, you are deserving, and you find that peace within yourself, becomes a lot easier to just be who you are. Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, and trusting your inner voice. So this is really about listening to your intuition. If it's guiding you to do something or not to do something, listening to that's going to be super important. But there's a lot of increased awareness coming and deepening your connection to source. All right, let's see. What do we have for you for the week? Right, Libra. Wow, that was quick. All right. All right, so we start with the King of Coins. So this is working towards financial goals, and slow and steady wins the race. It's something that you're going to have to work hard for to achieve, but it will be worth it in the end. There's also some sort of wish fulfillment coming in. Maybe it's the success or this achievement, and so you don't want to give up. So keep hope alive that it's possible. Remember, your thoughts become things, so we want it to be positive. There's also an opportunity for love coming in, so whether that's rekindling something or starting fresh with someone new, there is potential for that to come in, but I think you're going to have to be vulnerable and let your guard down for this new person to be able to come in. All right, so we have to close out some old cycles. We definitely need to let go of some things that are toxic, or some things that there's been a lot of backstabbing and betrayal. Let those things go. They're definitely not welcoming in good energy for the future. All right. You might have met your forever person. She symbolizes things like marriage, pregnancy, fertility, motherhood, but it's the softer side. So this could be your divine counterpart coming in. And I think somebody wants to make an offer of love. So that could be you or that could be them, but definitely be welcoming that in. And somebody wants commitment. So I feel like this could also be a proposal coming in. Somebody could be proposing, or this could be something that leads to commitment in the future. Either way, I do think that somebody has a wish fulfillment in mind. Money could be an obstacle right now. So maybe being vulnerable is something that scares you, but I think it's a necessary component to really go forward. All right, let's see. We have Aquarius next. What do we have for Aquarius? Oh, and fuzzy slippers, peace, love, and yoga pants. So this one always makes me feel like you need to get comfortable. So there's something going on that either you need to relax more or you need to get more comfortable. No limits but the sky and endless possibilities ahead. So maybe you need to actually get comfortable with that there's endless possibilities for your future and that there's some things that are changing for the better. So stay positive and get comfortable with the idea you can achieve things. Yep, blessings and abundance. So that's what's trying to come in for you. That's what the endless possibilities are about. Your blessings and abundance are trying to come in. So be open to them, be open to receive and don't reject them. Radha, the soul flame. Rediscover a lost part of yourself and experience relationship harmony and healing. So it sounds like some things could need some work, and this is important that we're actually working on those things. And I feel like it'll help you welcome in abundance. So this is definitely something we want to focus on. Give me 1 second. Let me open my window and let this dog out real quick. Come here, boo. Come on. Come here. Come here. You go out? You stay. Okay. Oh, sorry about the background noise, guys. It is very hot in here without the windows open, though. All right, so let's see. Aquarius, what do we need to know? All right. So also looking past illusions, making sure that we see things for the truth, for what they really are, that we're not under somebody's spell, that we aren't being disillusioned or taken advantage of. So we want to make sure that things are on the up and up. I also feel like this is going to change with the new moon on the 17th. So that could be important. All right. Again, a lot of internal conflict. These changes need to happen. So embrace the change. Part of that, I feel like, is marriage and ascension for the collective, that these things are really changing rapidly. All right. So we have a period of confusion, and I feel like it's not knowing which way to go or what to do going forward. So sometimes we need to let the divine lead, especially if we're very confused. We could have also had an argument with somebody or a falling out, and that might have left us confused about what the future actually holds. All right, it looks like it holds a lot of happiness, a lot of abundance, a lot of emotional fulfillment, and the 10 of Cups is always seen as a sign of marriage. So this might be something that you've manifested or someone that you've manifested. So remember to stay positive about the outcome. And I do think someone's coming in with some sort of offer. It might be a little bit immature. It might not be something that's very well thought out, but I do feel like this person has pure intentions. So you may want to at least at a minimum hear them out. It might be something that they've waited a while to express. So try to be gentle with their feelings. Okay, let's see. What do we have for Virgos? Virgos. There's better shit on the horizon, so give shit up. If something isn't working, let go. I feel like a lot of times we hold on to things out of fear. If it's not working, find something better. Damn, you're good and you're eater. So these were meant to be a little bit snarky, a little tongue-in-cheek, kind of silly stuff. I like to do that. So I feel like there's something that you need to give up on that isn't working, but I feel like you already know this, and you're at your best really when you kind of shine and stand out from the crowd. So you need to get back in that energy and that element. Kernunos, the life force. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increasing. So this always made me think of mating season, and it always made me think of like the elks or the bucks that are kind of fighting for territory. So this could be you. You might be fighting for some territory right now, whether that's financial, whether that's over some sort of like partnership. But I do feel like you need to express yourself and that you kind of need to follow your passions right now. So if there's something you're struggling with, the angels want you to ask and know that they will deliver it. So ask and you shall receive. And they're telling you that you need to communicate that because we're not here with will. So they cannot intervene on our behalf unless it's a matter of life and death. We have to ask. So don't be afraid to ask for what you need. Let's use this one. All right, Virgos. What do we need to know for Virgos? Okay, Virgo. So again, following your passions, really going to be important this week. that there could be some sort of lucky break or some sort of new opportunity coming in for you, and that you're going to want to make sure that you pay attention to that. If there's something that you feel passionate about, whether it's a situation, a job, a person, pay attention to that. There's a reason why those things spark our creativity. So some sort of breakthrough, some sort of creative opportunity or passionate new encounter could be coming. Listen to your intuition. It's not going to steer you in the wrong direction. Your ego will, your intuition won't. So it's going to be something that gives you the insight of which way you want to go. And some big changes are also necessary for you to get to where you need to be or where you want to be. So embrace the changes. Sometimes tower moments really can, but it is worth it in the end when you see why those things had to change. It might require some strength on your part. You could also be dealing with a Leo or going into Leo season. This could be definitely something that needs to change, that you find your courage, you find your strength, and that you really dig deep and see what exactly you are made of. Might be a job change for some of you. Some things could be improving in that sector, could be a pay raise, promotion, but this is also telling us that we're moving into greener pastures, that things are improving with our finances, and it might be something that you've been asking for. Two cards back to back both talk about financial improvement. So the Knave and the Knight of Coins. So I feel like you're a little hesitant to do this, but this is part of your learning experience and that it will improve your finances. All right. And it does come quickly. So I think that by following your passions or whatever it is that is this new passion project or pet project, that you're going to see exactly what you're made of, and that these big changes are going to actually help catapult you forward into where you really need to or want to be, especially financially, it looks like. All right. Let's see, what do we have for Taurus? Oops, wrong decks here. Would help if I could shuffle today, guys. Okay, let's see. What do we have for Taurus? Taurus. Just kidding, but seriously though, seeking some cosmic consciousness. So I think you need to get more connected to your higher self. I also think that meditating and grounding, prayer, all those things are definitely worth it. They help to kind of center our energy, helps to kind of keep it flowing. We don't want blockages in any of our energies or our chakra points, because that's creating dis-ease in our body. And so stuck energy. So think of like a kink in a hose. It doesn't flow, right? It's stopped up. So if anything's stopped up, you're going to have issues with that. So we have to unkink it. Well, how do we do that? We release it and we let it flow. So sometimes that's having a good cry. Sometimes that's, maybe binge watching your favorite show and unwinding. Maybe that's taking a walk in nature, having a glass of wine. Whatever you do to kind of, help that energy flow and get rid of any stuck energy is going to be beneficial. I highly recommend that you spend a few minutes every day in fresh air and sunshine, and that if you're able to walk barefoot on the earth, that you do so. Sit barefoot, sit in the grass for a few minutes a day in the sunshine and just breathe. And that will help open the chakras, and energy will be able to flow. And you do start to show improvements. You will start to feel better. You'll think better. Everything starts to improve. All right, so give it all you got and don't quit until it's done. So there's definitely some things that I feel like you need to work on, but don't give up until it's done. All right, the sacred self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, and dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Dance can also be another one that's really powerful for moving the energy. So just feeling the rhythm and definitely moving your body will help change the energy. So if you like to dance, that's another great one to move the energy. So unleash your spirit, express your gifts, and dance to the sacred rhythm of life. It's healing energy. So I feel like you might need some of that right now. Maybe you're not doing well. Maybe you're suffering from some sort of ailment or illness right now. So know that these are some things that can help make you feel better. It may not cure the problem, but it will definitely help you feel better. So definitely worth your time. All right, let's see what we have going on for Taurus for the week. Sorry about the background noise. All right, what do we need to know for Taurus? All right, so 9 of coins. So you start your week with a lot of abundance. So I feel like this could be something unexpected, or it's something that you worked very hard for. So this could be more money coming in from some sort of unexpected source or an expected source, but I feel like it's going to help benefit things going forward. You need to use your intuition. So invest wisely. Don't spend all in one place, especially if it comes like all at once, like you won the lottery. I know Powerball's huge right now, and the Tower. So some big changes coming. Don't give up. I feel like that's the biggest advice with your reading right now is don't give up. Don't quit until the job is complete. Don't give up because things are difficult. Keep going, keep striving for what it is that you want. And I feel like the change will actually unfold and it's going to be something that's good. There's also some sort of creative venture coming in for you or a spark of creativity or passion. Maybe you find out that dancing is one of your passions and maybe it's something that actually helps you to feel a lot better. All right, you've waited a long time for something to change. Maybe it's your healing. So I think you need to be patient with the time that it takes. Be patient with yourself and know that things are starting to change and transform. Your ships are coming in. So whatever the delay was going to prove necessary. You're also getting justice in the upright. So that tells me that things are being balanced out. Could be some sort of decision you've been waiting on. Could be some sort of financial inheritance or something that you've been waiting on. But some things are coming to help you balance and restore the harmony. And then I feel like you're also commanding a lot of attention. So this could be the major change that's coming. Maybe you were kind of a wallflower for a long time and all of a sudden people are starting to notice you. So that might be something that makes you a little uncomfortable. The Taurus that I know, I have a son and a best friend that are Tauruses, and they like things to be kind of left alone. They're like, no, I don't necessarily like the spotlight. No, I'm not big on change. That's my idea. So that might be what's hard for you this week is stepping out of what your normal routine is or your comfort zone and commanding a little bit more attention. So don't be surprised if a lot of eyes are on you this week, that some things are definitely changing. All right. So last but not least, let's see, what do we have for our Capricorns? Okay. And you will champion your truth like a mofo and rest on the seventh day. The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. So some things could be coming to light that are not great this week. And so the truth might piss you off. The problem is that you're going to need to hear the truth to be able to go forward. I definitely think that this is something that you want to embrace the truth. Just know that there could be some things that are going to piss you off this week. Leave room for magic. Leave room for the unexpected. So definitely make sure that you are open to blessings. All right, spiritual growth. So I feel like that's the truth that's coming out. It's going to reflect some sort of spiritual growth that's needed. And it's something that might sting a little bit, but I feel like you're going to be able to process through it. You're just going to need to know that it's going to piss you off a little bit first going forward. Diana, focused intention. Think about what you desire and set your sights high and expect the best possible outcome. So set your sights high, shoot for the stars. And the worst case scenario is that you land among them, right? So spiritual growth can be difficult, but I feel like if you set your intentions for the best possible outcome and you really work hard to make any sort of changes that you need to in order to keep going forward, you will eventually get there. All right, Capricorn, what do we need to know for you for the week? All right. So Libra energy with justice could be dealing with courts, contracts, legal issues. Again, we are trying to restore the balance. So something's coming to level the playing field or to restore balance and harmony into your life. You need to be willing to step out of your comfort zone and take a leap of faith somewhere. Try something new. Definitely look before you leap, but I feel like you're going to be fine. You just need to kind of go forward. All right. So money stress could be a real thing. We're trying to find the balance. We're also trying to eliminate obstacles. And this is really an indication that things are starting to improve. So we don't want to get stuck in a negative mindset, that we want to make sure that we're doing what we can in order to go forward. So this is a period of recovery. So this also be that you're cutting things off or people off. You may have blocked somebody or need to block somebody, and that might also be part of your spiritual growth. All right. So following your creative pursuits. This is entrepreneurship. This is being a natural born leader, driven, passionate, and outspoken. So this might be something that you need to go after. If you have dreams and goals, but you haven't achieved them, take stock. Why not? What is holding you back basically from where you want to be? And I think that you might be thinking of starting your own business. So the Page of Pentacles is all about entrepreneurship. It's starting something new. You might be leaving a job. You might be moving to greener pastures. You might be going into business for yourself, starting a side job, a side hustle. But this is definitely more money that's possible to come in. It might also involve you traveling or relocating. And currently, I feel like you're in very stuck, stagnant energy. So this is something that you have to evaluate whether it works for you or whether you want things to change. Sometimes the change comes whether we want it to or not. This tells us that we've been very stuck and we've been in contemplation. So deciding what needs to change or how we're going to go about changing it is going to be important. So shifting your perspective and seeing what needs balance is going to be helpful to see where you take that first step. But you have a new opportunity coming, and this is a very lucrative one. The Ace of Pentacles is a gift from the divine, literally. Normally it's depicted with a hand coming out with a pinnacle from the clouds. So this is literally divine intervention telling you we're here to help you financially, so don't piss it away. I definitely think that it's going to help you recover. Could be something that you're very passionate about going forward, and it could lead to something very lucrative for you in the future. So that's what I have for your weekly messages. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the rest of the week's messages. I know I'm going to do some shadow work and probably some spiritual guidance, maybe some love messages. So if you guys have any suggestions or stuff that you want to see on the channel, please leave me a comment and let me know. Let's see what else. Again, I'm not sure what days I'm going to be doing lives going forward. I've got a bunch of things going on for the next couple of weeks. This week, I have to have a biopsy on my thyroid on Thursday. So any positive energy you guys want to send is always appreciated. I'm not super nervous, but I don't want to keep doing this. So I would definitely like for all the doctor's stuff to be over with. So that's what's taking up most of my free time right now. It's just all these crazy appointments, physical therapy and doctor's visits. And so I would much prefer to just be able to do live streams and record videos and do personals for you guys. So that's what's going on. That's why things have been so delayed. That's why things have been all over the place for the last few weeks, and they will be for a few more weeks still. So hang in there. I'm trying to get things back on track, but we're getting there slowly but surely. So hi, Giselia. Is it Giselia? Watching your live, the table and camera shake. Sound is funky at times. Yeah, my laptop's not the greatest. I'm going to get a mic, I think, for it, and that might help. But part of it's just the table's not super great. It's kind of wobbly, so I apologize for the sound quality. My cell phone is even worse, it seems like. So there's not enough memory in it for me to really record on anymore. I use it for small stuff sometimes, but it's not the greatest. So I try. We're working slowly but surely to upgrade stuff over time, but life's expensive. So I try. We'll see where we get. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We'll be back with some other messages this week. I'll try and figure out some things I want to include. I'm going to definitely do spiritual and shadow work this week and probably love. So those may be in a live, those may be in just a recorded video. So we'll see how that goes. Hope everybody has a good week, and we'll talk soon.